All right, so look, I don't want to do no intro and do all the other stuff that I usually do. I just want to get straight to the point with this video. Because I know it's a lot of people out here that tends to run to specific people that they think care about them, about their problems, and they let everything out. They tell, certain people their secrets, what they're going through, the things that they're struggling with, and they run to men first before they go to the Most High, right? So as you can see by the title, I want to go into telling you, through the Spirit, that the Most High wants you to make confessions to Him. He wants you to talk to Him. He wants you to meditate and let everything out to Him first thing first, right? Because in the scriptures, you had King David, when he was going through stuff, he was weeping upon his bed. He was talking to the Most High about everything that he was going through, right? Like majority of the Psalms, it have King David weeping out to the Most High, right? So you want to go to the Most High before anybody else. When you're dealing with certain things, you want to go to the Most High before anybody else. Before men, you want to run to the Most High. The Lord tells you in Proverbs chapters 18, I want to bring that out real quick. Chapters 18 and verse 10, that He's your strong tower in defense. You got to go to Him before anybody else. If you're going through depression, anxiety, right? You're dealing with schizophrenia, you're dealing with, billing problems, you're dealing with, you thinking that you lukewarm, you're not on fire anymore, right? These type of things that you're dealing with, you got to go to the Most High, right? You got to go to the Most High. So let's go to Proverbs chapters 18 and verse 10. Because a lot of us forget about the Lord and what He's capable of doing, right? So let's go to Proverbs chapters 18 and verse 10 real quick. So it says this, right? And it says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So you got to run to the Most High. You literally have to go into your secret place, wherever you feel comfortable talking to the Most High at, right? You got to go there and just let everything out. If you got to cry to get the attention of the Most High, and you got to do whatever you got to do. If you have to fast and pray to get the attention of the Most High so He can hear you, so He can hear your conversations unto Him and your cry, and you got to do whatever you have to do, right? The Lord says, go to Him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to the Most High just one time as well. Like, you want to constantly go to the Most High. Keep running unto Him. When you feel like you're not overcoming, keep going to the Lord. Keep going to the Most High. So let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 17. Because a lot of people, they go through things, then they just give up on the Most High. They say, oh, He's not coming through. I'm going through this. The Lord not answering me. The Lord is not near me anymore, right? Then a lot of people assume, and then they just go do their own thing. No, you got to constantly go to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He might not answer right then and there, but then again, if you keep bugging Him about the situation, if you keep crying into Him, the Lord will help you out in this thing, So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 17. And I wanted to throw that out there real quick because a lot of people, they go through a lot of hard things in life and they think when they pray one time, the Most High is just going to, answering this thing. No, you might have to keep bugging the Most High. So you might have to keep, praying in this thing. You don't just throw up one prayer like Christ in the book of Matthew. To get the attention of the Most High, He had to throw up multiple prayers asking the Lord to remove that cup. The Lord answered him, but then again, you get what I'm saying when, I say you got to be repetitive in this thing. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep going. You got to showcase your faith. You got to keep weeping to the Most High, So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 62 and verse, bear with me, verse 6. It says in Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6, not 17, right? I'm going to go down to verse 7. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give Him no rest till He establish, until He make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, right? So you got to constantly bug the Most High about certain things so He can establish certain things for you. Now, this specific precept is deeply going into us having to pray for the kingdom to come and for rest, right? Ultimately, if you're serving the Most High through His Son, you want the kingdom. So you might as well keep praying about these things, so you can get that rest, right? So you can get rest and deliverance from certain situations that you're in. And I want to find this parable real quick in the book. It's in the Gospels. Might be in Matthew's, might be in John, one of those areas. But through the Spirit, it's a specific parable going into the Lord letting us know that if a wicked ruler can help out a widow that constantly come up to him and weep unto him, begging for mercy and deliverance from certain situations that she was going through, right? That the Most High, he can help out a righteous person instantly and help them from certain situations that they're going through, you know? So the overall message of that parable was, if a wicked ruler can listen to the cry of a widow, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the Most High, the righteous, he can listen to the cry of a righteous man or woman in this thing. So I want to bring out this parable real quick. If it be the Most High will, I can find it real quick. I'm gonna look it up on my laptop, right? Because this is very important to understand how mighty the Lord is, and that you want to run to him before anything or anybody else, right? And when you run to him, you got to constantly beg the Most High. You got to beg the Most High, right? You got to, you know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, of me finding this, I want to go to 1 Peter real quick. Let's go to the book of 1 Peter chapters 5 and verse number 7, right? I'm going to go to verse 6. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you, right? So the Most High, he cared for you. You know, the Lord is a righteous God. Just because he have to, you know, wreak havoc in the earth in this thing and, you know, put forth certain judgments, that doesn't mean he isn't a good God in this thing. The Lord, he's a just God. He have a just balance. If you're going off, he's going to correct you. He's going to judge you and showcase that he's not dealing with wickedness, right? But if you're doing righteousness, or if you need his help in this thing, you know, he's going to help you out in this thing. You know, the Lord is a just God. However you want to play it, that's how he's going to play it. You know, however you come into him and however you serving him, that's the way how he's going to serve you in this thing. You know, so I want to go and find this parable. It's a beautiful parable. Let me bring it out real quick. Bear with me. It gotta be in the Gospels. I remember reading this. The persistent widow. I'm led to believe I found it. So bear with me. It's in Luke chapters 18 from what I see, right? It says the parable of the persistent widow, right? What does it mean to be persistent? Let's bring that out real quick. What does it mean to be persistent? Bear with me. Persistent, right? It says, right, the meaning of persistent, right? It says continuing firmly or abstinently in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition, right? So to be persistent, it goes into endurance, right? Continuing something, right? I want to find some other synonyms real quick. Being relentless, right? Being diligent in this thing, you know? What else? Being single-minded, meaning being focused in this thing, right? Being single-minded, right? Tenacious, right? Got a lot of stuff. You know, so this parable is going into the parable of the persistent widow, right? So this widow, she was persistent on getting the things that she needed in this thing, right? She was going through hell, and she was persistent to get up out that hell, right? She was crying into the ruler. She kept going unto him to get that justice that she needed. So this is the book of Luke, right? Chapters 18 and verse 1, right? It says, then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. Now this is the NIV, you know, it sounds different from the KJV, but let's read this again, right? So NIV, right? It says in Luke chapters 18 and verse 1, then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. He said, in a certain town, there was a judge who neither feared God nor cared what people thought. And there was a widow in that town who kept coming to him with the plea, grant me justice against my adversary. So this widow, she kept going to, you know, the wicked ruler that didn't fear the Most High. And he was stubborn toward the people and their thoughts, right? So, hey, she was like, yo, grant me justice against my adversary, right? I'm going through hell. I need help. Grant me justice, right? She kept going to him, right, with her plea, right? Verse 4 says, for some time he refused, but finally he said to himself, even though I don't fear God or care what people think, yet because this widow keep bothering me, I will see that she gets justice so that she won't eventually come and attack me. So this ruler, he was like, yo, I don't fear the Most High, but she keep coming to me. You know what I'm saying? She keep coming to me. It's getting annoying. Hey, I'm gonna help her out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you want to be in this thing. You going through certain things, keep going to the Most High. It don't just take one prayer. It don't just take one fast. It don't just take one day of reading. It take multiple days for the Most High to see that you seriously want his help. Keep fasting and praying to the Most High. Do what you got to do in this thing. And right now, I'm going to read verse 5 again, because this is a mighty parable. I'm glad I found it. It says, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice so that she won't eventually come and attack me. And the Lord said, right? It says, and the Lord said, listen to what the unjust judge says, and will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice and quickly. However, the Son of Man comes, he will find faith right on the earth. Right? So through the Spirit, the Most High says his chosen ones will get justice that cry out day and night. So keep crying out. The Lord didn't just say the chosen ones that cry out in the night. When you get off of work and you tired and you don't want to go back in tomorrow, so you crying out in the night. No, you got to cry out in the morning time the next day too. You got to keep praying to the Most High about this thing. You know how many other people going through certain things, and the Lord, he hearing their prayers and stuff like that. He dealing, he taking care of them and stuff. The Lord, it's a lot of people crying out to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You think the Lord just go say, oh, this person over here, I got all these other prayers that everybody in the world is throwing up, but he just threw up one prayer. I'm gonna notice this one. No, you in a righteous, not in a righteous competition, but you gotta imagine yourself, right? Like the times of the other disciples when Christ was on the earth. When people wanted to get healed, the followers of Christ, in the Gospels, when they wanted to get healed, they had to barge through large crowds of people. So that's the same way that's the same way that you have to be when it comes to praying in this thing. You have to throw up so many prayers, right? So that the Most High can notice what you going through specifically. He noticed it, but then again, you really gotta really show yourself. I want to find a precept of someone actually barging through crowds, right, to get healed by the Most High, right? What was her name? Not her name, but it was a lady in the scriptures. She was going through, 12 years of her detox, her cleansing, where, woman, 7 days, etc., etc. I call it a detox. But what she had to do, she literally had to crawl on the ground and get through everybody to touch Christ's fringes. So if she was so earnest to touch Christ's fringes and to get help that way, through her faith, you got to do the same things on a spiritual level. You got to throw up prayers. It's so many other people throwing up prayers. You literally in a righteous competition. It's not wicked, but then again, basically, like I said, you in a competition to try to get Christ, right, to do or to help you, from certain things that you going through specifically. Because there's so many other people going through worse things than you, and they really repeatedly pleading to the Most High. And you just did it once, thinking that the Most High is going to hear you. I'm not saying he ain't, but then again, it's better if you just keep going in this thing. Keep praying to the Most High. Keep going and doing the things that you need to do to get recognized from the Lord so you can get help. And with that being said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High. I might do a part 2 to this. I might not. It's up to the Most High what the Spirit permits. But I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High. I pray y'all all doing well. Hey, remember the message of this video, and don't forget about the Most High when you're going through certain things, right? With that being said, Shalom, peace out. Hey, have a good one. Peace.